Hello friends, welcome back in this new Flutter tutorial. Today we are going to shoot a video for the Razorpay, actually Razorpay web, because there is a plugin for the Razorpay mobile app and iOS app, but there is nothing for the web. Actually, how we will do all these things for the web, we will see in this tutorial. So let's start the video without doing any late. So yeah, first we have to sign up for the Razorpay. Okay, so click on the sign up. So this is the Razorpay. First, we have to sign up. Actually, you will see that we choose Razorpay. There are Hotstar, IRCTC, Zomato, Airtel. There are so many companies that are using Razorpay nowadays. So we will also do so. So continue as a developer, Ajit. Yeah, I will continue with my Gmail account for the sign up. Yeah, it's asking for are you registered, unregistered, and all these things. So we will say it's unregistered company, your name, contact number, and all those things, get account updates and all those things. So yeah, company name, developer Ajit. Actually, to get the live ID you have to show your web page and mobile application. If you are making, then give the link of the mobile app. That's why you will get after that you will get all those things. Okay. So we are now at the Razorpay account and saying that activate your account. Okay. So yeah, first we will see is we are getting the API key for the test ID. Yeah, actually we get the test ID, so we don't need any account activation and all those submission, because you have to give your PAN card and all those things for the live account, and after that you have to upload that is you have to say it. Okay. So this is the test ID or test uh, key which you will get from the Razorpay, and after that you have to use on your application. So now we will move to our coding part. We created our Razorpay and all those things. Now it's saying that submit your KYC and all those things. 24% completed. If you are making something for the company, then you have to do all those things. So let's move to the code. So come back to the coding part. Actually, we set up our Firebase in last video of our chat app, and I explained all those things how you will set up your Firebase for the web. So if you want to learn those things, then please go to that video. I will put the link on my I tab and also on my description. So first we will see what we did here in this video, in this UI part. There is nothing such great things are happening here in the UI, because we are going for the logical things. So that's why I didn't focus so much time on UI. So actually, as you can see, there is a padding from all side of the 40. You will see there is a padding. Then after there is a column and there is a selectable text. Why selectable text? Because selectable text is for the web. When you will use all these things, then you can select any text and all those things. But somehow if you will use the normal text, then nothing is going to be the selectable. So you have to use the selectable text. After that there is a size box, then after a stream builder. What this stream builder is doing here, it is fetching the product from your database. Where is that products? Let me show you. Yeah, here is the collection called products, where iPhone 12 is there, image, name, and prices here available here. So if you want to add more products, then you can use the add document and you will add all those products. Okay. So we are not going to do add so much products. If you want to do some experiments, then you can do so. So here is the stream builder. There is product, and if the snapshot or data is null, if the data is null, then it will show just loading. And if snapshot have data, then it will do something like this code. We are using a for loop, and we are running that for loop in the snapshot.data.docs, all those documents which are available in that particular collection. So we are running a for loop, and we are adding all these things in our widget, in a widget list of widgets called products. And after that we are showing it here. Here is the product. So product widget, product, we are assigning name, image, price, all those things here. And after that we are adding our widgets to this list of widgets, and after that in list view we are passing it as a children. This is the list of widgets. So that's what we are doing here. So the name, price, image, all things are fetching it. That's why we are getting all those things here. So now the UI part is done. We are fetching the data from the Firebase. We will add one more thing in our database after the payment, that it is paid. Okay, we will update our database also. So for the payment, you have just to start actually. So now all the UI part is done. For the payment, you have to go to the checkout page, and after that you have to pay all those money what you have to give for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So here on tab, on the list style on tab, you have to go for the checkout page. So first we will create a checkout page, class checkout, and now we are doing the coding for our Razorpay, how we will implement and integrate the Razorpay for the web with our total product customization, how the product image and all those things will go there for the payment. So scaffold, I don't think that we need scaffold here for the payment. If you want to go for the checkout page, then that's also okay, and if you want go directly to the payment page, then that is also okay. First we will go for the checkout page, and after that we will go to the payment page. So actually this is the checkout page. Then you have to go with navigator dot push to the material page route. Material page route, here is builder. You have to pass the context here, and after that return your checkout page. Yeah, that's good. You are saying error with the context because this is we are not having context in our list style product, so we will pass one context here, and we will provide it from here, the build context. What is saying? 5 positional algorithm expected 4. So we are passing context here. Okay, I am going to remove all this. So actually now if we will click here on the tile, then we will move to a page called checkout page. So if you want to go for the named routes, so actually here is a single slash. If I will click on that tab also, then I will be there in that slash. Now we are here in the checkout page, but we are here on that link of slash. But if you want to do those linking for the particular named routes and all those linking, then you have to go for I will prefer to go for the named routes. That's after that you will see here checkout like this. So yeah, that's all great. We created our checkout class, and we will design some basic UI in that also. But what is the important for the Razorpay? What we are going to do here for the Razorpay? Okay, so you have to create one asset folder here, and in which you have to create a file called payments.html. Actually we will integrate our HTML file with the using of the UI element or iframe element of the Flutter to integrate all those our coding parts of the HTML file with the Flutter file. So we are going to integrating all those things in this section. So how we will do? So first we will create the HTML file. If you guys are aware something about the HTML and JavaScript about the scripting, then this will be easy for you. But if you don't know those things, then you have just to do copy paste. Okay, so I'm going to write some codes here. So first document type, it's your decision if you want to write doc type or not. Okay, So yes, we did all those coding of our payments.html, but there are some codes commented here. I will explain it later when we need that. So here we are using the HTML tag, then meta name, and then head Razorpay web payment. If you want to use the title, then you can use, but if you don't want, then you must remove it. So we are using scripting here, that is the JavaScript scripting, that is HTML checkout Razorpay dot, that is the link. Okay, so this is the test id which you have created there. You have to copy your own. Okay, so what the test id I have created here, I will copy that. This is my test id, test key id. I will copy that. So after that I will fetch all those things. Okay, where is the test id? So I pasted my test id here. So actually we did all those things for the Razorpay payment.html. So now we will move to our popspec.yml and we will assign our, where is the assets? Yeah, it's on the right. In assets there is payments.html. No? So we want to assign just payments.html. The asset payments does not exist. Payments.html, why it does not exist? Assets payments.html. Yeah, that actually there was some problem. Yeah, now we are getting our assets payment.html. Now all these things with the HTML part, we did all those things with the HTML part. Now we will move to our Flutter codes. Okay, so how we will register it with the UI? That's a big question. So that's all we did with that payments.html. Now we will go for the UI part. Actually I did all those codes because there are some complex codes behind that. So actually we are directly moving to the payment page. Okay, so from the list of products, I will show you, from the list of the products we are directly moving to the payment page for the payment. So we will first check what the code I just did is running or not. So actually the error was we are not fetching the correct payment source, because here is payments.html and we were fetching that payment.html. That's why we are not getting those files. So now if we will click here, then you will see we are getting that Razorpay page for the payment, local company and all those things. And if you want to add your image, then you can also add the image of your product and all those things here, and the payments and image, but we are not passing anything. But yeah, what is the thing that secured by Razorpay and all those things? There is some articles on Medium and all those things. They are doing all those things till this part, that they are providing you how to integrate and do by creating all those things. So actually why I did here, so let's now zoom it and understand what I am doing here. Increase the size. So actually we have created some file called uifake.dart. Just copy and paste and don't do so much experiment on those things. Actually this is somehow that a UI platform view registry with the our iframe elements. These things are doing here. So and one more file we have created, that is payments.dart. Okay, that is the main file where you are watching that Razorpay page and all those things. So from main.dart we did tell here, from main.dart we are moving to the web payment. Actually last time we are moving for the checkout page, but it's somehow increased the time, so we have to understand the logic. So we are directly moving to the web payment page, and that is the payment.dart is that payment web payment page in which we are doing something. We are importing that UI fake.dart if dart library.html.ui, otherwise that is as UI. So we are importing that UI fake.dart. Okay, now we are registering it with the platform view registry for rjat.html. You can use your customize what you want to use, then you can use here. Then int view id, as you can see here, it is the string view id. but here we are using int view id iframe element and registered it as a iframe element. Okay, so we have to register our element as a iframe element. These things are going inside this UI platform view registry. So iframe element, you have to register your element with the iframe element. Okay, so actually we are getting some message from that script, that window.on message. For each message we are reading each message. If that data is model closed, then we will just pop at back. If element or data equal to success, then we will print the success. The thing is that all these things are good, but how we will pass our customized amount, our customized product name, and our all those customized things here in this payments.html file, contact name, email, and all those things. So yeah, how we will do those things? Actually in the payments page, you will see that here we are using scaffold and then builder. Don't miss this, because try to use builder. It will help in building that your html, and that is the rjp html. That's the same with what you have registered. You have to put it here, and that is element.source. This is the main thing that we are going to use here. In element.source, we will pass all those things. How? So we will first do the question mark, and actually first we will demand all those things from the previous page. That final, give me the name of the product. And what is this is string. For the null safety, we are using this string name, then final string, that's image. If you want that image, then image, then final, that's the double or int variable. We will change it to the double variable. That's image, and this is the price. Okay, this is the price. Actually we are creating some constructors to get all those things. That is web payment. And why I'm using question mark here, because you guys know there is null safety with Dart and Flutter. Now I am using actually Flutter 2.2, and but also new update came here, so we will use that also. From the next video I will update it. So yeah, we are demanding 3 files from the web payment file, and web payment, that is name. We will pass the name, then after image we will pass the image, and then after price. Actually price will be in the int variable. Then we will try to do something called we will parse it, or we will make it double here. We will make it double here, double. No, actually we need int file for the Razorpay payment. So we are not going to do these things here, because we are actually fetching the int file from the database. So here is the price and then payments. Okay, so yeah, we are passing the name here, that name. Then after use this and the name, then price. Okay, the price, and also what image, that's the image. Okay, so we are passing all these three things to our html file, payments.html file. Okay, so here actually I told you at that time when I was creating that I have commented so many things here. So now I will uncomment it, and I will use some things from here, something from here. So actually we have name, we have price, we have contact email. So we are not passing all those things right now. You have to pass it like that. Image, we need image. Okay, so we don't need that email right now. So amount, what amount? the amount we are getting from there, that is price in Indian rupee. Then the product name, that what we are fetching from there, that is the name, the company's local company, and this is the image. That's what we are going to do here. And now we will reload it, actually go back and terminal. Let's try it may help. Fetch that value. Yeah, now you are getting that product image, product name iPhone 12 Pro Max, but the price you are getting is only that 802 rupee and 30 paise. For that you have to do some operations, like in the payment page, you have to multiply the price with 100. That's how some logic with the Razorpay they are using it. So multiply it just with the 100, you will get the real amount. Okay, so we will do this payment here and we will proceed with the payment, and we are getting our phone number. Actually it's saying that this is not a right phone number and all those things. What I don't know what he's trying to do. So we will proceed for the payment, and for the payment success, here is a payment successful. And what we will do, we will do a single operation called Firebase firestore.instance.collection.products dot document, and the document is let me check it once again. iPhone 12, and you have to just add a field here, paid amount paid. Okay, sorry, okay, iPhone 12, and that document is iPhone 12. When I will do the full-fledged things, then I will show you how to do this things with the real scenarios. But yeah, somehow I am practicing to do payment. You can pass the string, or you can also, so I will pass the string payment done. Okay, so that's all we are going to do here. So first go back. Okay, we will reload it, navigate, and we can also use navigator.pop. So first we will try to do the payment. So it's saying that's wrong number, so pass something 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 4. Okay, so wallet, UPI, and all those things what you want to, you can use English, Hindi, and what you want to use. So we will use UPI, and we will enter our UPI. Your payment was successful, help organizing. Actually I have opened my COVID relief fund, so if you want to donate, then yeah, that's okay. So payment is done, and we got some message from here. Okay, and we will go back. Actually I have not used that navigator.pop here, it will automatically back, but we will see our database. It's, yeah, you can see here payment done. So actually after the payment you updated your database, that payment is done, and all those operation, if you want to do anything with the payment successful, then you can do here Firebase fire. If the payment is success, then these things will run. If not, it will close and it will show some error. So actually all these things I have concluded here. I will upload it on GitHub, so you can check it out. And that's all for this video. I think you must understand that's Razorpay payment with the customizations and all those things. Actually I recorded this video in English because that is a community need, because there's so many people are asking about how to implement for the web. So that's why I have created this for the web. So share it with your friends if they need it, and that's all. Great, see you in the next video.